Some people pay attention with a functioning brain. I'll wake up.
Welcome everyone to a City Council meeting for Monday, October 22nd. If we could have a roll call to establish quorum, please, ma'am.
Terry McClung.
I'm here.
Melissa Greene.
I'm here.
Bob Thomas.
Here.
Vicki Schneider.
Here.
Tom Buford.
Here.
Christy Kendrick.
Here.
We have 6.
All right. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Get a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
The only item that I have is under new business, the ordinance for changing the portion of the code on animals. We need to defer to our next meeting to allow our attorney to draft the ordinance. So that would be deferred to the next meeting. Anybody else have anything? Hearing nothing, get a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so moved. Get a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any corrections, additions? Hearing none, all those in favor of the minutes as submitted, signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed?
Nay.
Okay. We do have some vacancies, as been announced before, on the Planning Commission. We've got 2 vacancies there. We've got a vacancy on the CAPC. And we have a vote for the Hospital Commission for Mark Tozzio.
I'd like to make a motion to approve Mark Tozzio for the Hospital Commission.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, congratulations, Mark. And our Cemetery Commission, we've got an application in your packet for Roderick Beatty at 17.5 Elk Street for Cemetery Commission. He'll come up to the next meeting. So, okay. All right, that brings us to public comments. All right. And the new business is a resolution for the 2019 parking lot lease.
Motion to discuss.
Second.
Okay, this is our normal resolution that we do to allow me to go ahead and sign the lease between the for the county and the city for the parking lot out there. We rent the parking lot from this county, and so this is just a continuation of that lease. So, any discussion? Can I get a motion to assign this a number and read for approval then?
I make a motion that we give the resolution a number and read it for passage.
Second.
Any discussion? All those, we'll get a roll call.
Yes. Ms. Schneider.
Yes.
Mr. Buford.
Yes.
Mr. McClung.
Yes.
Ms. Greene.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Ms. Kendrick.
Yes.
6-0. Resolution number will be 740. Resolution authorizing the mayor of the city of Eureka Springs, Arkansas to negotiate and execute a parking lot lease agreement for the Carroll County Western District Courthouse parking lots by and between the county of Carroll County, Arkansas as lessor and the city of Eureka Springs, Arkansas as lessee. Be it resolved by the City Council of the city of Eureka Springs, Arkansas. The mayor of the city of Eureka Springs, Arkansas is hereby authorized to negotiate and execute a lease agreement for the Carroll County Western District Courthouse parking lot by and between the county of Carroll County, Arkansas as lessor and the city of Eureka Springs, Arkansas as lessee, whereby the city agrees to lease the following described property. The existing parking lots immediately surrounding and adjacent to the Carroll County Western District Courthouse located at 44 South Main Street, Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Such parking lots presently occupying the property directly north, east, and south of said courthouse and bounded by distinct barriers such as the auditorium, First Street, and curbs, respectively, for a term of 1 year commencing on January 1, 2019 and ending at midnight on December 31, 2019.
All right. Should we get a motion to discuss third quarter financials, please?
So moved.
Second.
All right. Madam Clerk?
We have the 5 required items, the check register, the receipts for the first 9 months, payroll, and the long-term liabilities and bank balances were included in the information you received earlier. So you're welcome to come in and check those out at any time. There we have it.
Any questions? We're going through this real good. With no unfinished business, that brings us to our agenda setting then. So, anybody? Mr. Thomas?
I'd like to add setting a date for the 2019 City Council Budget Workshop.
Okay. I'm hoping that we'll be able to give everybody at our next meeting proposed budgets for everybody to look at. So by that time, we can set the dates on that time.
Second. Oh.
Yeah, takes a second. All right, Mr. McClung?
Yes, I'd just like to get a presentation on the where we stand with the water repairs.
Okay.
Do you need a second?
Yes.
Second.
Anything else? All right. That brings us to council comments. Ms. Gifford?
None.
Ms. Greene?
No.
Ms. Schneider?
Are we setting a date? Are we going to go down in history?
We are.
I think we're beating Berryville. Oh, my God. Those are my comments.
Was that no comments?
Yeah, that'll be it.
All right. Mr. Thomas?
No comment.
Ms. Christie? Ms. Kendrick?
I do have comments.
We're beating Berryville.
I actually had a 10-minute speech prepared, but I am just really too tired to go through all of it. Too tired of fighting. I would like to express my reactions to the last 2 council meetings that I missed. I was shocked that this council overruled by a minority of the City Council the City Planning Commission's decisions on CUPs. CUPs are not a matter of right, but of a privilege, and are left to the discretion of planning, and should be left to the discretion of planning. Why do we have a planning commission? We are overruling everything that they do. Another observation that I have, is I was just appalled by the snarky email by the city clerk to Dr. Appy. I was not, however, surprised by the defensive position that she took towards a job that she has poorly done, keeping the code books online and in hands of the City Council and commissioners up to date. And the third observation that I have is that my statement was not that I prepared. I went out of my way to get up early the day I was leaving and prepare this statement before the last City Council meeting. It was not read in public comments, and the City Council did not have the courtesy to have it read during the discussion on the agenda item. I found that extremely petty. I hope that the citizens of this city insist on putting the question of cups to the voters. But I personally no longer have the patience for the bullshit and pettiness that I feel, not just from the council, but for all of city government. And at this point in time, I feel that the only way to solve the problems of the city may be through the courts. You will have my resignation this week.
Mr. McClung?
Just that I'm excited to be a part of the shortest meeting in history.
Is that it? All right, well, I have a couple of comments.
Really fast.
Huh?
Really fast.
Real fast, I'll try to do this. This is for the people out in TV land and through here. You know, during our budget meeting that we had earlier, we talked about hitting a mile marker. And our budget meeting's not recorded, so this is something I wanted to share with those who are watching. You know, we talked about over the last 6 months about trying to climb out of our hole financially and talked about the city reserves. This graph tracks our reserve levels beginning in 2013 to 2015. And you can see where our levels were at this point. You'll note in 2016 and 17 that we've been increasing our reserves. And I'm happy to say at the end of September 2018, we just surpassed $1,100,000 in our reserves, and we still have a couple of months to go. You know, this compares to back in December of 2015, when we just had about $100,000, a little over $100,000, $140,000 in our reserves. So watching our reserves is a measure of our financial well-being for the city. And we set these goals to replenish the reserves, and we've reached that with the help of the city council and the department heads. So I really want to say thank you to everybody for helping us buckle up and to do this. And that brings me to another subject. There seems to be another misconception, too, about our ordinance number 2265, which is our amortization on the accelerated water sewer bond payment schedule. That final ordinance that was passed had a schedule attached to it. The finance department under mine asked them to run several different scenarios for that, different bond payments. The finance director came out with several different scenarios and unfortunately gave me, or I distributed the wrong amortization schedule to the council. The error was rectified and that there was no impact on the legislation or the city budget. And I apologize to the council and to the, anybody watching for any of this misconception. The ordinance 2265 is a good piece of legislation and demonstrates the council's financial oversight and accountability to the citizens to reduce the debt and save taxpayers money. So there was really never a loss of the $1.8 million. This was an error in the amortization schedule. The bottom line still remains the same, and we're still paying off our debt as per the ordinance. And the ordinance is still satisfactory and legal. So with that said, this next couple of weeks, we have a lot of different events coming out. We have on October 26th, we got the Outback and EUREKA race starting at 6:30 in the morning to 11:30. On the 26th at 4 p.m., we have the Mini Cooper Parade. And then on the 27th, we have the Zombie in the Park starting at noon to 8 p.m. And then that night at the Zombie Crawl. This is going to be one of the largest events we've seen in Eureka Springs. And the city has arranged for 537 free parking spaces along Highway 62. And we've extended the trolley service hours to help deal with a large number of dead folks that are going to be coming into Eureka Springs. So there's going to be plenty of room, plenty of transportation, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I know I have friends coming up as far away as San Antonio for this event. So it's going to be, I think, well attended and be a lot of fun. So on the 27th, in this building, the auditorium, we've got the Intrigue Theater's Halloween special. That's going to be starting at 8:30. And October 31st is Halloween. And, of course, as always, there's going to be a special traffic control up around the upper loop to make sure our children and adults are safe and that traffic proceeds in good shape. The traffic will not be closed, or the street will not be closed, but we will be having a lot of activity up there, and we'll also have some police helping out with supervision and observation going through there. And then on the 11th of November through the 4th, we have Diversity Weekend. And on that weekend, we've got headliner Jimmy James at 8 p.m. at the auditorium. And on the 3rd is Mary Gaither with Molly Healy Trio and Route 358 at 7 p.m. at the auditorium. And then on November the 4th through the 6th, it's the Tibetan monks doing a mandala, which will be all day up the Basin Park Hotel. They did this, I want to say 3 years ago, maybe in 4. It's an incredible experience. If you get a chance, go up and watch it. It's just amazing what these monks will do with grains of sand. And then the final ceremony is really touching. So if you get a chance, go up and watch that. On the 11th of November through the 18th is Food and Wine Week. And check eurekasprings.org for details. There'll be various restaurants all around town will be participating in this. And then the 8th, November 8th through the 10th is a folk festival. Be music in Basin Park, Brews, the Barefoot Ballroom, and also the 10th, the folk festival headliner will be Funky Feet, 7 p.m. in the auditorium. And then on the 10th, which is Saturday, it's Veterans Day Parade starting at 10 a.m., starting at the library and coming on down with the final ceremonies down at the Pied Piper. And that concludes, not cemetery, the veterans.
Voices.
Voices will continue on this weekend?
Friday and Saturday of this
Friday and
coming
Saturday.
weekend, yeah, 5:30 to 8:30 with a group going every 20 minutes.
Will this be the last weekend? Or
Yes, this will be the last opportunity this year.
Last opportunity for you to go out and see Voices at the cemetery. This is an incredible production that they're doing out there. We're dealing with the armistice, and speaking of veterans, they did a great job this year, and so if you get a chance to go out, the benefits all go to the Eureka Springs Historical Museum. So it takes about an hour, and there's trolleys that you can ride out there and get out there, and be a great event. So thank you.
Mr. Mayor, can I add
Absolutely.
one?
Yes.
On November 6th is the Good Shepherd Humane Society Gala at the Crescent Hotel. I hope all of you can come and get tickets. All the money goes to the animals.
Which hotel?
The Crescent.
Okay. And headstone cleaning, Saturday.
This Saturday at the cemetery.
At the cemetery, yes, they're looking for volunteers again, 9 a.m. Saturday at the cemetery. It takes a couple minutes to learn how to clean them. And once you know how and you've done it after that, you can volunteer at any time. Like for me, with my schedule, I'll call them like, say, Wednesday morning and say, I'll be there at 2. And he'll have the ones hosed down that I can do, and I just go out there and do it. So once you learn, then you can go ahead and volunteer whenever it's convenient for you. So that'll be this Saturday, the 27th.
All right. Any other announcements that I missed? All right. If there's nothing else, can motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Thank you all.